Welcome back to Literocity. Our high school students do a lot of cool stuff, but how many of them can say they've actually been published? My staff developer, Kristen Sping, joins me at Boca Ciega High School, where we learn about their stories. This is it. Human Rights by Miss Nicole Darbois, 9th grade AVID class at Boca Ciega High School. The project was born from a collaboration between Darbois, fellow graduate student Trace Taylor, and their USF St. Pete instructor, Anne-Marie Alberton. The trio designed and implemented a human rights writing workshop for Darbois' class, and the rest, as they say, was history.
And both of them asked me independently to work with them on a independent study in a semester. Well, knowing both of them, I thought it would be a great idea to put them together and see if they wanted to work together on some type of project. We spoke about different ideas, and what ended up coming together, coming to fruition, was this human rights book project.
On Nicole's end, she had to get buy-in from Principal Vigu, and she had to get permission from AVID to usurp some of their class time for us. While on my end, I had to get the curricula done, get them smartboard friendly for the classroom.
Talk to me a little bit about when you first kind of presented this to your students. How did they react when you told them, I'd like you to be involved in this project?
They weren't, to be honest with you, they weren't that enthusiastic about it. But once we told them that they were going to have freedom to choose their books, to choose the videos that they watched, to choose their own genre of writing, then they latched on to the project, and we had more enthusiastic writers and learners.
The thing that I really love to happen for the kids is that they have that aha moment several times throughout the project.
One thing that I know I took away as an educator is that students are capable of doing anything. They really are, especially if we continue to push them and hold rigor, as high as we possibly can. They can reach that rigor, and that's true, and they did that.
The results of this project will be long-lasting memories for them, the celebration of their writing.
The most gratifying part of this whole project was that moment when the kids saw their writing in print for the first time. And they realized that all their work had come to this. The fruition of the project and their efforts and their learning was this book that showed that they could do whatever they wanted if they just had the right mentorship, the right instruction, and patience.
And the book launch happened this spring at USF St. Pete.
But once they saw it, they couldn't stop smiling. They were showing their parents, and then we had them all lined up, and they were signing their book, and I think there was just a lot of pride and confidence and excitement. And
projects like this should be ongoing and happening all the time, and it was just a pleasure to see these kids and their hard work and their families there celebrating their work.
Some say that my locks have to be long, that my face must be clean of flaws, yet polluted with color and chemicals.
We had the opportunity to meet some of the students who shared their words with us.
My home is the kitchen and the bedroom. Do I not meet the definition of a woman because my face has scars and bumps, because I'm well over a size 2, because I listen to myself?
I was surprised by the fact that our teacher said you can write about anything, just be creative. And most teachers don't really say that. We usually have like a rubric to follow, but we didn't have a rubric.
So you found the creative piece was the most interesting for you. What do you think was the most challenging part of this whole process?
Actually writing your part, because it's like you have to write a certain way.
Love, a component of life, affects a person in complex ways. When you find a person who makes you feel like everything in the world will be okay, just by their comfort. When you discover a person that brings out the best in you.
So what are some of the things that you learned about yourself during this process?
Whoever that person may be.
I'd say just like to be really open-minded about everything, about like I learned a lot about civil rights and like what people had to go through and how like they had to feel and things like that.
There were some very mature topics in that book, and You know, I was telling my colleagues here that it really takes some guts to write about these topics. Did you find that you had to do some convincing with your students that it was okay for them to speak their mind about these very hot and current topics?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm glad you actually brought that up too, because that's something that I learned, is that they want to talk about these issues. It's important to them, and they need a safe environment to do so. And we provided them with that opportunity to actually come in and talk about what they're seeing on the news, talk about what's happening in their neighborhoods, and know that it's okay to ask questions and to have opinions, especially if it's supported, and that's what they did.
So you can't find that book on the Book Bus, but you can find it on Amazon.com and our local Barnes & Noble's booksellers. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Jennifer Duda, and this is Literocity.